Going live. We're live. Hooray! How have you all been? Have you been hip happening, guys? Oh, you're tired? I'm tired too.
Yeah.
Did you stay up till midnight on New Year's?
I'm too tired to be hip. I stay up till midnight on most nights.
But anyway, I have the story. If all of you follow my Twitter, you've probably heard the story. But I'm gonna retell it anyway. You're working on a Peaky logo. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see it blossom. Also, in fact, speaking of logo, hang on. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Hang on 1 second as I quickly do this. Da na 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 na. Replacing that logo. Whew, now my new logo will be in the corner of stream. Just put it like right here. Or could it go over me? Do you think it goes better here? No, maybe it goes better there. I like the corner. Too small, too big. This is good size. This is a good size. There we go. Branding. Cheese wheel. Cheese wheel? That's not a cheese wheel. That's my tail. I'm insulted. Anyway. I never know what's a good size to make these things on your stream. That's your anyway. So anyway, back to the story at hand. So, what a way to end a year. It was December 31st, and it was on my way home from work. The next thing I know, there'd be lights behind me. Oh my god, it's a cop. So I pull over. The cop pulls me over, right? Knocks on my window, and I have to do the whole shebang. You want to know the reason why I got pulled over? I thought I misheard him. But no, I got pulled over because apparently I stopped too soon. Didn't stop completely at the stop line. So apparently I stopped before the stop line, and that's cause to pull me over. Which
you're not talking about a rolling stop, are you?
No, I didn't roll and stop. I stopped. I came to a complete stop before the stop line, and I got pulled over for that.
Do you know what we call that? We call that a cop who's trying to fulfill his quota for the month.
Oh yeah, definitely he was trying to fill his quota. And I also think I was being gaslit because when I did the stops the couple of times, and I'm like, wait a second. I had to have stopped completely at the stop line because I do the full stop 3 seconds then go thing every time I do the stop. And then I'm like, there's no way I could see down the other side of the street if I wasn't pulled up to the stop line. So I fight them, yeah. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I was gaslit and made believe that I did something wrong and I didn't do anything wrong.
I mean, if you try to fight it, what's most likely going to happen is the cop's not going to show up and they'll just throw out the case.
Well, it doesn't matter. It was a warning because I've never been pulled over in my life before.
Oh. Oh, well.
It was the very first time it ever happened. But he told me it would be a $150 fine if it happened again. So there you go, guys. Lesson from Cherry. Apparently, it doesn't count if you stop before the stop line. Which I call bullshit. Anyway.
At least your first time you got let off with a warning.
Mm-hmm.
I never got a warning before I got my first ticket.
Blossom, I can't believe you threw 20 items at me. Jesus. Alright. Anyway, now that story's out of the way, let's continue from where we last left off, and that's with us opening our eyes. I wish I could open my eyes right now. Ow.
You might need to.
Mm-hmm. So, actually, we should probably do a recap because actually stuff happened last time.
Yeah.
So, Shirou was an idiot. He went to school.
You don't have to say Shirou was an idiot. That's assumed.
Yeah. He went there and went, that's weird. I don't see anybody.
And remember, he went there because Shinji asked him to.
Yeah, Shinji asked him to go there. He gets there.
Be creepy and cryptic over the phone.
Yeah. He gets there, and surprise, surprise, it was a trap. Who could have thunk? Who could have thinking that it was a trap? Clearly not Shirou, for he is a good boy.
Obviously. He's like a puppy.
He then for some reason can't believe that Shinji would betray him in this way when we're all looking at him, and I'm like, Shirou, I believe dinosaurs talking more easily than I believe that you can't believe that Shinji would betray you.
Yeah, I mean, like, all the guy's ever done is hit his sister. Completely stand-up behavior.
So, shenanigans happened. We choose all the things that we think Shirou would do, and surprisingly, that worked.
I mean, this is the fate route, which basically reinforces his worldview, so,
yeah.
You know, that doesn't surprise me.
Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I can't believe we didn't get ourselves killed right there. So then, after a while, after getting beaten up quite a bit, then Shirou decides, okay, I need to call Saber. And so we use a command shield and we call Saber.
I was wrong. I was wrong about everything.
Yeah, after we call Saber, we were yeeted out of a window. Fighting shenanigans happens. Things are going down. Saber's fighting Ryder. Ryder then proceeds, because things aren't going well, she decides she's gonna stab herself in the neck. And then for some reason, most of the hallway got destroyed because of that. Who knows why? I couldn't possibly...
Must have been one hell of a blood spurt.
Yeah, I couldn't possibly ever figure out why that happened. Anyway. So we then
So the good news is, we don't have to go... We're probably not... School's probably canceled today.
Well, Kira had to clean it up, so who knows if it's probably fine. And according to everybody else, we saved everybody, but Shirou doesn't believe it. He's like, bullshit, there's no way someone didn't die.
No, it's not that he doesn't think anyone didn't die, it's that he thinks that I didn't save them good enough.
I wasn't good enough. And I'm like, Shirou, you literally saved everybody because they're
gonna have PTSD. That's on me.
But anyway, yeah, that's what happened last time. Does everybody get it? What's going on? Good? I'm great. All right, let's go.
Okay, let's open our eyes. I take one deep breath, filling my lungs with air. The frigid winter air dispels my drowsiness almost instantly.
Yeah, I like how we've been playing this long enough that our season matches up with the one in the visual novel.
I realize it's just past 6 in the morning. Habits really are extraordinary things. My body must have at least partially recovered since I'm waking up at my usual time.
I wish I could sleep in till 6 o'clock, Shirou.
Were we out for like 3 days? I'm trying to remember.
I don't know if it was this time or not.
Okay. I stand up and fold up my futon blanket. The instant I undertake such a mundane task, intense pain spikes through my left shoulder. Yeah, I guess I'm not completely healed. It's only pain, though. Pain don't hurt. This is far better than what I felt when Berserker tore out my stomach the other day. When that happened, my insides felt like they were slush, and the nausea was far more intense than the pain.
Shirou, your insides literally were slush. Like...
Yes. On the pavement.
Mm-hmm.
I head out to the hallway.
I would say, how are you alive? But then again, in Fate Grand Order just recently, thank you for the affiliate happy affiliate anniversary, Sparks. It's like, I would say, how are you still alive, Shirou? Except for the fact that a character in Fate Grand Order just got shot in the heart and the head, and we just revived him. So, you know, I'm beginning to think death does not apply. Fate. Alright.
The sunlight is muted by the golden gloom outside. Oh, just the gloom.
Just the gloom, just gloom.
It's cloudy. Looks like it's going to rain.
Shirou, have you awoken?
Yeah, I just woke up. You're up early. You usually sleep around now. Yeah, Saber's not typically up so long before breakfast.
Shirou, I do not sleep because I want to. I have mentioned this before, but I only sleep until breakfast to conserve my magical energy. I would appreciate you not suggesting that I have been merely sleeping in.
Why? I didn't mean for it to sound like that. I was more asking if it was okay for you to be awake so early.
Oh, were you? So you're saying that you find me being an early riser odd?
Yes, because you say that you need to conserve your magic. Saber sounds crabby. Maybe it's my imagination. Saber doesn't seem quite as reserved as usual. No, I didn't say it was strange. I was just wondering if it was okay. It's my fault that you need to sleep so much, so don't you need to sleep as much as possible today, too?
Of course, but I am simply remaining on standby. I am sleeping in anticipation of emergencies, so I do not think it's logical for me to sleep right now.
I'm actually, I am sleeping right now. I learned to sleep with my eyes open. What do you mean it's not logical? We're not fighting anybody right now, and nobody's attacking us.
Well, that is...
Saber's stumbling over her words. It seems like there's something she doesn't want to say. Well, whatever. There's no emergency, so you should sleep until the next time we go out. I'll call you up when breakfast is ready, so just save your strength until then. I'm gonna need your help all day today. I head to the kitchen.
Please wait, Shirou.
Huh? What, do you have something else?
What did you just say you were going to do?
I hold my breath, barely realizing I'm doing it. She's asked me something, but her eyes are preventing me from giving an answer.
You should be resting. Rin will prepare breakfast. Your priority is recuperating in your room and letting your body heal. If you do not understand this, then I will not hear your answer to my question.
Saber. Saber's being so stern because she's genuinely concerned about me.
I will be both your husband and your mother.
How?
Which I don't understand. I do not know either, but when it comes to child rearing, I know a swift kick in the pants is what it needs to set the child back on course.
Trust me, if there's one thing that I learned, it's that I really should have spoiled my son more. Clearly, that's why he turned out the way he did.
Anyway. Oh, I recently resaw one of those like meme videos where Mordred calls Shirou mother. It's like, wait, when did I become your mother? Well, since my father doesn't stop talking about you and the things she wants to do to you. Just read the original visual novel, guys.
Please return to your room, Shirou. You are the one who should be sleeping, not me.
Saber sees right through me and glares at me all the more intensely. But still, I can't let Shinji let loose. No, I'm not going back to my room. I've rested enough, and there are things I need to do. Once we're ready, let's head out to town, Saber. We're going to catch Shinji. Today.
Why? There's no particular reason we need to capture Ryder's master today. If we are to fight, we should do it after your wounds are healed. It will not be too late.
You've got it wrong, Saber. If we're setting priorities, my body is at the bottom of the list. We don't have the luxury of waiting. You know exactly what Shinji is willing to do. We need to separate him from Ryder before they make another bounded field. He won't be a threat if he doesn't have a servant.
So you are saying you do not want more victims like yesterday? Is that why you're doing this? Not to defeat Ryder's master?
That's not true. I'm going to hold Shinji accountable. To do that, we need to defeat Ryder. And it's the right thing to do to prevent more victims. That's the most important reason we have to fight.
I see. If that is Master's command, I will obey. Growling, I will obey. I'll definitely obey your command, Shirou.
Saber, you say something?
No, I didn't say nothing at all. Fine, Shinji. Well, I don't really have a problem with that, but you're saying this because you think you'd have a chance at winning, right?
It's after breakfast. That's Tosaka's immediate response when I say we can't just let Shinji remain on the run. You're asking about my chances of beating Shinji?
That's right, I'll be honest here. If you're planning on going up against a master without a hope of winning, then I'm gonna die laughing.
Crap. Now that she mentions it, I've really only thought about stopping Shinji. I haven't given much thought to the details. Or any.
Emiya, are you serious?
I thought you said you would be laughing. Sorry. Laugh all you want.
Oh, wow. Sorry, that's really not funny.
That reaction makes it clear just how stupid I'm being. I want to curl up into a little ball and hide.
Saber, your master's talking nonsense, so what do you think? Do you have a problem with fighting Ryder? I have no qualms about fighting Ryder. I've already assessed her strength, and I believe Shirou has also gauged her abilities. He confronted her directly as well. For some reason, I feel like she has some sort of complex or something. I don't know what that's about, though.
Her weakness is a mental one.
Oh, really? So Shirou knows how strong she is too?
Yeah, she turned me into Swiss cheese. Tosaka looks my way, her eyes curious. She obviously wants to know how strong Ryder is. True, I do have something of an assessment. Maybe it's because I formed a contract with a servant, or maybe it's the power of the command spells. She may not be my servant, but I have some understanding of her abilities since I've seen her fight. Ryder wasn't an especially strong servant. I'd probably say like maybe 3 stars in the gacha. Ryder isn't as strong as Saber. If they fight one-on-one, I don't see Saber losing.
However, if she were to come out as a Saber class sometime, they may be on equal par.
Or an or as like an Avenger. I don't know what that. What's an Avenger? Or if Saber was suddenly to become a member of like the frickin' shoot, what are riders strong against in Grand Order? Casters. But I don't see Artoria ever becoming a caster.
Yeah, Castoria is definitely not a thing.
Also, who's Artoria?
I See? So you do have a chance at winning. Shinji's not a mage, so Ryder can't get any support from her master. So it'll come down a duel between Saber and Ryder.
We definitely see this happen in Heavensfield.
Mm-hmm.
Tosaka's right. As long as Shinji's a master, Ryder has to fight on her own. Saber shouldn't be at a disadvantage, but...
Quite a long face, there a problem?
Yeah. Listen, Tosaka, even though Saber had Ryder cornered, and Saber is way superior in combat, Ryder managed to escape with Shinji. I think it was Ryder's noble phantasm. The arrow of light that tore through the hallway. If Saber hadn't shoved me to the ground, that wave of destruction would have completely annihilated me. If that was Ryder's ace in the hole, we shouldn't take her lightly, even if she is weaker.
Yeah, that's totally the ace in the hole. That noble phantasm, specifically. Definitely.
That is what that character is that is what that figure is most known for in mythology.
Yes, definitely. Anyway. So that means Ryder is one of those types whose noble phantasm is more powerful than the servant itself. So Saber, Shirou aside, you must have been able to tell what Ryder's noble phantasm was, right? You should have some idea since it was deployed in front of you. I must apologize. I was so intent on protecting Shirou, I was not able to determine what it was. Had I taken time to do so, Shirou and I would have been caught up in it. Caught up in it? Is Ryder's noble phantasm a projectile? It certainly seemed to be similar to one. It can likely be classified as something close to your magecraft. It was not an anti-personal noble phantasm, like my sword or lancer spear. It's close to my magecraft? That doesn't sound right. Your magic resistance is god tier. Modern magecraft can't hurt you. If there was magecraft you actually needed to avoid, it would be... Yes, mystics would have to be nullified, even with even stronger mystics. Sarah, I hope you're having a good day. Happy New Year. How did you receive 2025? Well, I got pasta, and then I just stayed up all night. And then I went to bed.
The warning from the cops.
And I got a warning from the cops. Yeah. for a bullshit reason. With the guy who was definitely just trying to fill his quota, and he saw like a girl alone in the car and thought, that's an easy target. Anyway. There are only types of mystics that can penetrate my armor would be what you call true magic, or phantasmals of the divine realm. Drunk driving? No. I stopped too soon. I stopped too far away from the stop line, according to the police officer. And it didn't count as a full stop at the stop. Yes, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to all. And to all a good night. No, wait, we're still streaming.
It's not nighttime yet. I got shit to do.
Yeah.
I can't go to bed yet.
It's not bedtime. True magician? Are you trying to say Ryder is a mage? No, I do not feel that much magical energy from her. She is a writer. If there is a true magician around, it would only be Caster. Ryder's noble phantasm is likely something different.
Saber's answer gets a sigh of relief from Tosaka. I don't quite get what's going on, though.
They're narrowing down what the noble phantasm could be, Shirou. Do you not pay attention? That's right, he can't pay attention.
What's the noble phantasm? Is that like Casper the Friendly Ghost?
Saber, is your armor that strong? You say only true magic can penetrate it, so does that mean Lancer's gay bulk is true magic? Oh, yes, you're right. Lancer's gay bulk is a curse, close to power in true magic. Rin, would you care to explain this to Shirou?
I'm sorry, Lancer has a gay bulge? I mean...
Oh wait, was that before? Was that Shirou's line, and then that was me?
No, I don't... Or maybe... What was the first line?
The line before it was, Saber is your armor that is strong. Because we all... Nope, too busy.
I mean, it could be... It honestly could be either.
Yeah.
I'd say we say just say it's friends.
Yeah.
Me? Well, fine. Let's just cut to the chase. You believe Saber can only be injured by true magic, right?
Well, that's not what I'm saying. But I just thought it was amazing that her armor's that strong. Okay, yes,
Yeah,
maybe
okay,
it was
yeah,
my
so
line.
Well, I was just
Something gay bulge.
I just got caught up in that.
Well, I didn't think it was my line either.
Yeah.
Of course it's amazing. All servants are heroic spirits, not just Saber. You know, they're spirits, so they can't be harmed by ordinary means since servants themselves are mystics. Only fellow servants, since they're also heroic spirits, can physically harm other servants. On the flip side, so long as we're dealing with a servant, they could wound Saber even if they grab something like a paper cutter.
So what you're saying is that Saber's armor isn't invulnerable when she's dealing with another servant.
Yep, but Saber is skilled at close combat, so there's no way she'd be wounded in hand-to-hand combat.
Amazing, more like amazing. Har har. Thank you for the joke.
The only other method would be to attack her from a form of long distance, like with magecraft projectiles. But Saber has, despite being a knight, remarkable...
Wait.
What?
The only other method would be to attack her form a long distance.
Yeah, look, I'm about ready to... I'm getting close to
The only other method would be to attack her from a long distance.
Pew pew. Saber is pew pew resistant. No, not true. Sabers are weak to archers. Anyway.
This is true.
Yeah.
Fate Grand Order is law.
Mm-hmm. And right here, they're saying that attacking her from a distance is...
No, they're attacking her from a distance.
Azure, we already know that the grammar sucks in this game. Please stop.
I know, but
stop.
I still get enjoyment from pointing it out. Hey, we have a record that we can send to them when we're done.
True.
All of the grammar issues that we found in the Fate arc.
All right, guys, it's your job to go through the YouTube. Guys, I'm counting on you, fans. It's your job to go through my YouTube vlogs. Vlogs. That's not right.
Vlogs.
Is it a vlog? Yeah, it's a vlog. It's your job to go through those logs. Find all the grammar issues.
VODs.
Go through my VODs. Go through my VODs, guys. Do it. You need to find the grammar issues. Collect all those grammar issues. We will then make a video. Is this a grammar issue? Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It's not a grammar issue. It's a spelling issue.
Find the grammar and spelling issues and everything else, like the apostrophes not being there, and the quotations not being there.
Don't worry about payment. You just have to demand it from the people who translated this game.
Yeah.
They will just forward your demands to them.
Yeah. We'll take this. We will leave I will write up the review. In fact, we can all review my review and say, look. And I'm like, I don't claim myself to be the best at grammar, but this is ridiculous. For a game that's mostly a book. For there to be this much grammatical errors.
Every time we find something from now on, I'm going to take a screenshot.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to post them onto Steam when we're done.
Yes. What do you mean? Everyone has a love dialogue. Who doesn't love perfectingly amazing set? Excuse me! Anyway. The Saber has, despite being a knight, remarkable magic resistance, so she can deflect most magecraft.
curses, the epitome of bad luck, can't touch her. While more direct intervention, like firing magical energy at her like arrows, also won't work.
Bullshit.
If someone wants to defeat Saber, they have to fight her head on and beat her that way.
I don't think that's 100% correct.
Saber is staring in the background going, what is this bitch talking about? She's like, Bryn, I think you're propping me up a little way too much here.
It's like I got fucking bodied in the last episode of Fate Zero by an archer.
Mm-hmm.
He was harming me. He harmed me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Saber listens silently to Tosaka's explanation. Saber never interrupts her, probably because everything Tosaka's saying is true.
No, not everything Tosaka is saying is true. I just don't want to break her unrealistic expectations of me.
It's like she's so proud of herself. I don't want to hurt her self-esteem. she's like the child I never had. What the hell? That's like cheating.
She's like the child I never had. She also wears the color of what I expect my child that I never had would wear.
It's a good contrast to mine.
So to beat a superpowered knight with a sword, you have to beat her in close combat, huh? Yeah. Rin seems to have... Okay, I think this is actually her projecting. I think Rin legitimately believes that the Saber class is this powerful because, like, the Saber class is the stronger of the classes. But for balancing issues, we all know that's not true.
Mm-hmm. I mean, important thing to remember in fiction, sometimes characters are just wrong.
Yeah, sometimes characters are just wrong. I'm pretty sure, like, Saber does have extremely high magic resistance, like, extremely high. But that doesn't do her a lot of good if she's A, low on magical energy, B, if somebody else has stronger magic than her magic resistance. Because I believe it's A, if I'm correct, her magic resistance, or is it A plus? Hang on.
We can look it up.
Let's...
Heck, we don't even have to go to anything. We can probably look it up in-game.
Okay, let's see, Servant. Let's check Saber's height, hero info, skill. Yeah, magic resistance, A. Cancel all magecraft below A. In reality, modern mages cannot hurt Saber. So, a lot of... So here's the thing about, like, servants. So, sometimes this letter is bullshit. And also a lot of servants have EX magic abilities. So...
It's like the danger classifications on SCPs.
Yeah.
They stopped having any value after a while.
It's like saying you can beat an archer by taking them on long range. Oh, so Saber has lots of magic resistance. That's so cool. Yes. She also has riding ability and intuition. As you can see, her stats are pretty strong. She can also ride a motorcycle.
Better than an average person.
Mm-hmm.
But only an average person. That does, like, she's probably not better than, say, like, Yusei from 5Ds.
Mm-hmm.
Someone would try to go up against Saber with Magecraft because they can't beat her in single combat? But if Magecraft itself is useless against her, what can they do? Shirou, you should be happy about this. That sounds unfair. Shirou, you don't want her to fight! This would be a good thing!
That may be true, but it doesn't mean that Saber is unbeatable in hand-to-hand combat.
She's mad!
Yeah. Berserker is much stronger than Saber, and even Lancer has a spear which can be fatal. And we were just talking about Ryder having a noble phantasm that could beat even Saber. So we're not saying Saber is perfect. Yeah, Rusty, he's complaining that his servant is OP. He's complaining that he rolled all the 5 stars except for the one he wanted. That's what's happening right now.
Sorry, this is a joke from an old thing that we had, where someone was like, ah, dang, I wanted to roll Saber, but I got all these other 5 stars and said dead. Shirou does not understand core theory. No, he doesn't.
Even we have ways to defeat Saber. We just need to use magecraft that exceeds Saber's magic resistance, or borrow a weapon wielded by a servant to cut our head off while she's sleeping. Servant weapons are spiritual too, so they should be able to hurt her.
So are we... So what, she was just mad for that one sentence, but she's not mad at this?
Oh god.
Huh. It's an alarming example, but I get it. Wait, but hold on, Tosaka. Front-facing Saber!
Forward.
Red alert!
Ah.
We probably shouldn't be talking about things like this in front of Saber! I see. So it's not that Ryder's noble phantasm was exceptional. Saber just went on the defensive because it was a servant that was attacking.
I will say that this visual novel has its own format, but I do really like the way they use the sprites in this game.
They're fantastic.
Yeah.
It's like, the sprites are very cute and expressive.
Yeah.
You got it wrong. If Saber was focusing on defending, Ryder wouldn't be able to finish her off alone. If Ryder is a particularly exceptional heroic spirit, it wouldn't amount to much, even with her noble phantasm in the mix. Do you agree, Saber? Do you think that Ryder's noble phantasm is unrelated to her abilities, right? Most likely, yes. I believe it was an anonymous weapon that does not rely on Ryder's skill, and that it has no effect on the noble phantasm itself.
And that it has an effect on the noble phantasm itself.
It is either magecraft or phantasmal. Whatever it is, the intensity from that magic circle was overwhelming. I do not think many servants would survive a direct strike. Really? By how much quantifiably? If I were to describe it in your terms, I would rank it at perhaps A+. This is a matter of opinion though, so I am not certain. Definitely not EX. That's crazy. Who would use that? A+? That's one step below true magic. Whoa, I can't believe it. Didn't it just blow the entire school to bits? Little Lise. It must not be a purely destructive noble phantasm. It may have originally served a different purpose. Maybe, but this is a problem. According to Saber, it's beyond an A rank. In terms of raw power, that attack might be one of the strongest out of all the servants. Not to flex my dear, but I am pretty awesome. Yes, it seems like it was a noble phantasm that excels in both offense and defense. However, my noble phantasm is more...
Saber's face is indecipherable. No, it's plenty decipherable. Huh? I don't know what just happened. Saber doesn't look amused. Saber, Tosaka's... Just gonna do a quick print screen. Did Tosaka say something that worries you?
Oh no, it's nothing. But I do believe it's inappropriate for a knight to ask another their opinions of who's stronger. It's like a dick measuring competition, Shirou. Do you know what that is? Because I sure do.
Oh god, do I know.
It's like, you know, I always used to lose, but then one time, I won, and I never wanted, I be careful what you wish for. Huh? She's acting strange. Saber seems embarrassed by her own actions and starts to mutter under her breath. Well, whatever. By the way, I thought I heard you say something weird. Something about Saber and Lancer being anti-personnel or something?
Do you mean an anti-personnel noble phantasm? Well, it is what the word suggests, and my invisible air and Lancer's gay bulg are armaments that are strictly used to defeat people. No matter how powerful the magical energy or curse it may possess, it cannot be used against something else.
Well, I guess that makes sense.
That's why there's other things like anti-armory and
Anti-continent?
anti-continent, anti-up. I can go on. There's so many anti-Shirou.
Anti-Anne?
Mm-hmm.
Saber's invisible sword is definitely useful in battle. But that's only effective against people. If you chopped firewood with Saber's sword, whether you can see the blade or not isn't going to affect how quickly you can chop wood. It's the same with Lancer's gay bulg. Even a cursed spear that always strikes the heart is just a sharp spear if you used against a boulder or a house. I see, so that's why it's called an anti-personnel noble phantasm. Which means Ryder's noble phantasm is...
It would be an anti-army noble phantasm. Actually, I heard from Father about this once. Certain noble phantasms are designated anti-personnel and others as anti-army.
That, in grand order terms, one is a single attack noble phantasm, and the other attacks the whole board.
an AoE.
The simple way to understand it is this. An anti-personnel noble phantasm is like a gun with an unlimited ammo. But an anti-army noble phantasm is like a missile you could only launch once. Thank you for the follow, Jinko Blinko. And welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy your time here. Ryder's noble phantasm may be powerful, but it probably has limited uses. At the very least, it doesn't generate a continuous effect like a sword being invisible.
What? Hold on a minute. A gun versus a missile? There's no contest. Sure, Saber's invisible sword is awesome, but if she goes up against a ridiculous double phantasm like that, she'll be dead before she can even swing her sword.
Gee, you think, Shirou?
I mean, you would think that you would have gotten that from the fucking hallway, but... So you're saying that if we're going to fight Ryder, we need to defeat her before she deploys her noble phantasm?
Most likely. You've got no chance if it becomes a battle of noble phantasms. If you're going to find Ryder and Shinji, you should at least keep that in mind. The bigger requirement is for you to defeat Ryder before she deploys her noble phantasm. The longer you draw out the fight, the more of a disadvantage you'll be at.
Oh, friend, my noble phantasm is way bigger than hers. I mean, what anyway?
Or you could defeat Ryder's master while I battle Ryder. He's not able to fight, so that might be a better plan.
So that's what we've come up with.
You just have to beat him in a fist fight, Shirou. I know you can do it. I believe in you.
Oh, I know I can do it too. I'm not that... my self-esteem isn't that low. Since we have no strategy to deal with Ryder's noble phantasm, we just need to defeat Ryder before she uses it.
So the noble phantasm is the ultimate skill, is that correct? Yes.
Basically.
The noble... but it's kind of complicated because a noble phantasm is sometimes described as any special ability a servant has. Like in Fate Grand Order, a noble phantasm, of course, is their ultimate attack. And you have to build up charge to use it. However, in games like this and other that, noble phantasms can be as simple as the invisible air for Saber's...
Literally the weapon that she uses.
Yeah, literally the weapon she uses. However, on top of the weapon that she uses,
there's a skill on top of that shoots laser. Anyway, that's for later. Is Archer gonna start earning his keep anytime soon? This is the stay night route, so no.
No.
No. Just no. He's probably, we don't even know where he fucking is right now. Pew pew, yeah. But yeah, almost pretty much all of the weapons are noble phantasms, etc., etc. I can't think of another good one that's not hang on.
Well, I mean, wouldn't it be like Iskander's
So
carriage?
yeah, like it's carriage. So Gable, we don't know his. So yeah, like the blood fort that Ryder used last thing, that's a noble phantasm. Do. We don't know. No idea. But apparently it's a curse that Heracles has. So yeah, it's like noble phantasms can be like more than just weapons or like an ultimate skill per se. They could be curses.
It can be both.
Yeah, it could be both. It could be everything. It could be nothing at all. And that may sound weird, but there's a servant for that, trust me. Oh boy, is there a servant for that? I mean, if there's not a servant for that, then, you know, what has Fate Stay Night what has the Fate series even been doing? There's way too many freaking servants now, okay? I took a look at the Noble Phantasm thing of all the characters being released this year in the game, and I'm like, I don't even know any of these guys.
So it's funny because I sent you that comment earlier in the week about how many servants you had. It wasn't until after I typed that comment that I realized, wait a second, 700 servants? That seems like a lot even for Fate.
Yeah, no, it's just the inventory. Yeah. Oh, the weapons are noble phantasms too. That's a neat detail. Another detail I like is Saber concealing her weapon and win. It's a very smart way to keep a foe from guessing. It's a very smart energy in war. Gosh, Saber carries the team. I would say that
she fights good. She fights good. She's not. I mean,
yeah.
I feel like it's safe to say that, like,
I'm pretty sure
among the three of these characters, there's only 2 brain cells.
Yeah, like all of the characters are not. I'm pretty sure the invisible wind thing is just like a default thing that sets up because her weapon literally gives her her identity. So
the Grail has a tendency to like try and make things as fair as possible.
Yeah, like the Grail also has a fail-safe system, like to make sure that people can't guess each other's servants right off the bat.
It doesn't stop them from just flat out announcing who they are, though.
Rin is keeping the ship afloat. In this route, yeah. Be prepared for this ship to kind of capsize in the next route, which you guys will have to play on your own. You're gonna have to go read this and go, we are not doing
basically the fact that these 3 are working together is the reason why things have gone so well so far.
Yeah.
As the other routes will show, take one of them out of the equation and things do not go well.
Yeah, because the only way to get through the other routes is to deny teamship with Rin for some reason. Who knows why?
They were. I mean, they have to be a team in Unlimited Blade Works.
Yeah. Yeah, but he also kind of doesn't he like say no to it though at the first to begin with, or at least she says we're enemies.
Possibly, because I know that they have their fight at the school, and that's after that they're definitely a team, right?
Right. Yeah, they have their fight because you have to reject teaming up with her, I think, and then she's then like, don't show up at school tomorrow because we're enemies, and then Shirou, being the dumbass he is, just shows up to school.
Unlimited Blade Works, the Ufotable anime, by the way, fantastic portrayal of Rin when Emiya shows up.
Yeah.
I actually forgot about the face she makes.
Yeah. I don't want to be your friend. I want to be lovers, Rin. See, this is why I'm almost this might sound like really weird. All of these routes completely have to take place in 100% completely different timelines because the Unlimited Blade Works route implies that Shirou's always been in love with Rin. But when it's clear here that's not the case in this route.
No. Shirou is a tsundere too. He's just not being true to his feelings in this route.
Yes,
Rin's not the primary love interest here, so we need someone to fill the tsundere role.
Yes, that's why I'm distracted by the blonde over here. Sexy lady. Shirou is whatever we want him to be.
Well, I feel like they have to take place in different timelines because of how different a certain character acts, a certain villain acts in Fate versus Unlimited Blade Works.
Yeah.
A certain other blonde-haired character.
Yeah. And a faithful Well, it also has to do with how Shirou acts in some timelines, too, because he gives me a headache sometimes, because watch as Shirou gain in competency, but at the same time become so fucking dumb at random points. He gets a little more competent, but then he just throws it out the window for some dumb reason. Yes, Shirou, let's just randomly talk to the priest. What can go wrong? What could go wrong? He just hasn't been weird the entire time. Right, Shirou? Shirou?
I mean, he's been weird, but not Shinji on the phone weird, so I'm sure he's fine. Besides, I've seen him put away Mapu Tofu. Someone that dedicated to finishing a meal can't be a bad person.
As we all know, Kotamine is the true love interest.
And that's why it's so exciting that they've added him to Grand Order.
In
the English version.
I don't think I'm gonna roll for him, though. I think I'm gonna roll for Nycticris Alter, because I have more 3-star alter egos than I do Avengers. So, I mean, more 5-star alter egos than 5-star
I
Avengers.
remember I shared that video with you, and it's just like, yeah, her alter design is peak.
Yeah, it's so cool.
It's so much peaker than her original.
Cool. It's the same with Clanat. One road has him with a childhood friend, in which her route he revealed he had feelings for all this time, and the other route's not really. Yeah. That's what I mean by what the fuck is happening.
Who's his childhood friend?
Isn't it the girl who they used her, why do I forget her name right now? It was that girl, you know. They used her in the anime.
Twin Tails?
Yeah.
Twin Tails?
Yeah.
Right. Man, that was such a minor thing in the anime. I completely forgot about it. It's like, oh yeah, they did know each other.
They knew each other, and that's why
it's illegal to do a visual novel and not have a childhood friend as one of the potential love interests.
Yep. Kotomi. She's actually my favorite. I don't usually like the childhood friend trope, but I think this is okay here because they weren't constantly together. I don't like the childhood friend trope when they've been side by side the entire time and none of them bother to say anything, you know? I feel like the distance works in this kind of situation.
I mean, like, that's like kind of the twist on it. It's just like, that's the surprise for the route. It's a childhood neither of them realized they met each other before.
Yep. Well, I think the twist was that Kotomi remembered the entire time, but Tomoya didn't. Tomoya. I don't remember who's who. Tomoya. Toyota. We're just gonna call him Toyota from now on.
Tomato.
All right, back to this visual novel, though. Oh, we gotta defeat Rider's Noble Phantasm.
Whatever Noble Phantasm's other servants have, we still don't want to have to deal with Riders. Thanks for the warning, Tosaka. Apparently this was super serious because the sound effects also cut out.
Yeah.
We're going to go find Shinji, but what do you want to do, Tosaka? Will you stay and watch the house?
Well, if you'd insisted, we could have come with you to look for Shinji, but I'll pass.
What? It feels like that's something that Rin is also supposed to say.
I don't know. Ryder
That
is
definitely That is definitely Rin's line.
Ryder isn't the only enemy. We can't forget that we teamed up initially to beat Berserker. So while you're out pursuing Shinji, I have something else to do. Your fucking quotation! Why did you put an ending quotation mark? I'm so fucking pissed. Because this is a really simple thing.
And screenshot it. This is gonna take up my entire drive before we finish this route. Tosaka stands up with a frosty smile.
See you. I look forward to hearing some good news.
Saber and I head out together, leaving Tosaka at home. It's 7:30 in the morning. The hilly road is extremely quiet.
Nego, please! Please don't you start doing it too! Although that is really funny, but quotation marks are such... Because this is just, like, we learned this in grade school. Like, this is basic writing of all the things who, like, get wrong. I believe that all visual novels should now go through a book editor. I think I can't understand your accent. Anyway.
That's just what I was thinking.
Yeah. So from now on, since these are basically books. These are books with visuals. That's why it's a visual novel. These need to now go. I feel like, I don't care if it jacks up the price. Please send this through an actual editor, so that way, someone whose job it is to actually find these errors, because it just hurts.
There were less errors in the entirety of the rewrite fan patch that I read through back in the mid-2010s. This has no excuse.
Pneumonia, phony, there, they. Pneumonia.
The road is usually packed with students going to school, but there aren't that many people around today. I wonder why.
Wonder why. I heard the school will be closed for a while.
Saber, why did you not wear a jacket?
There may not have been any deaths, but a majority of students are still bedbound. Their symptoms are like severe malnutrition, so it should be a few days before they're up and around.
But those are the lucky ones. There are still some whose injuries will last a lifetime.
Sarah, how many times have I told you to stop being a sourpuss? I hear Tiger was among those sent to the hospital. Do you need to go and visit her, Shirou?
Yeah, I hear Fujine is just fatigued. I was told not to worry about just to study at home.
We need official rewrites for this game, and they can easily do it. Rewrite got rewrites, and that game is massive.
I mean, this game is about as big as Rewrite.
I believe it's about the equal in length.
This might be because we're yapping so much because we're more passionate about Fate and we know the intricacies more. But for one route, it usually takes someone 24 hours to get through everything that's in the route, I believe. And this is from speed readers, mind you. We got the consensus. I got these numbers from people who also went through the games. Yo, that's a lot. Yeah, it's 24 hours. Not like sitting down and going through it in a day, but like legit 24 hours that people clock speed reading to get through one route. There were supposed to be more routes in this game, but Natsu was told to cut it down.
So he shifted them into Sakura's route. Just screw over all of them.
Yeah.
But not Saber and Ren.
Mm-hmm.
Before we left, I phoned the Fujimura house and asked how Fujine was doing. I wanted to go visit, but I need to hold off for now.
So you're going to concentrate on investigating. That is fine, but do you have any leads? In the sense, I can sense the presence of servants, but only when they are nearby. Unless you have a lead of some kind, it'll be difficult to locate them.
Yeah, it would be hard if Shinji were just sitting around doing nothing, but I know him, and I don't see him just keeping quiet after what happened yesterday. Shinji's not the type to just sit back and take a beating. Almost like you shouldn't have trusted this guy to begin with!
So you believe Ryder's master plans to create another bounded field?
No doubt about it. He's like me. He can't provide his servant with magical energy. If Shinji wants to get revenge on me, he'll need a lot of Oh, did I cut out?
Yeah, you cut out right at magical energy. I was like,
Which one?
the last one.
Okay, well, magical energy.
Rip.
Which means it might not be so hard to find him.
Shinji got punked hard if he wants to get back, even though he's not the smart idea in the short term. Shinji never has a smart idea. I will be grateful for this visual novel that Shinji gets is just desserts in every route, pretty much. I mean,
Sometimes the desserts are even permanent.
So rather than looking for Ryder's master, we are going to look for a bounded field.
Makes you appreciate Fate Extra where they gave him an age that matches his demeanor. Yeah, we may not be able to detect the master, but we should be able to detect a bounded field of that scale. And we'll be able to pinpoint the site too.
well, I also like in Fate Extra that not only is it not the same character or not the same age, it's actually someone who's also generally not a bad person. And even mentioned something like, I always wanted a little sister, but I never had one.
Even though he treats her like shit, too.
Yeah. He does, but
he's a gamer.
Yeah.
He grew up in the Call of Duty lobbies. Honestly, we're lucky he never dropped the N-word. We just need to find a big building that draws a large crowd.
This is a surprise. That is brilliant, Shirou.
Why does it surprise you? I do have a brain, you know. If I wasn't confident about finding them, I wouldn't be saying this. Because I'm a perfectionist, I'm not going to say anything unless I know it's right. I'll be damned if anyone tells me I'm wrong. Yeah, I'm confident. The bounded field is one thing, but there's a point to us walking around like this too. Shinji probably can't leave me alone anymore than I can leave him alone.
Sure, you know that's weird, right?
What?
Never mind, Shirou.
I head to Shinji's house just in case. I have Saber check for Ryder's presence. She finds nothing. Well, Shinji's not the sort to just roll over and hide in his house after what's happened. Let's go. If Shinji's going to create a bounded field, it wouldn't be here. It'll be in Shinto. Let's check all the office buildings there. I call Saber over and turn to leave the Mato house.
Shirou, this is Sakura's house, is it not? Since you are here, do you at least intend to say hello? I believe we have enough time for that.
Huh, we're 10 days into this route. I thought we would have completely forgotten about Sakura. I am worried about Sakura. According to Tosaka, Sakura was just weakened and luckily wasn't injured beyond that. If it were up to me, I'd like to see her and take care of her the way she's always taken care of me. But I won't do it. As long as the war is going, I shouldn't see her. I don't want to get her involved in any of this.
Welcome to the why I personally don't like Sakura as a character. It has nothing to do with her herself. It's also why I like BB as the best out of all of the Sakuras. Because at least she's effing around. I hate that the game makes me want to like believe that Sakura is like this important character, but she just gets pushed out of all of the routes except for her own. And even her own, she pretty much gets shoved out of the route.
Yeah. Definitely feels like Saber and Ryder get more in those arcs.
Yeah.
And Ilya. And Kotamine.
And it's like, and also like what I hate about it the most is like, she has all of this stuff going on, and I'm like, and there are characters who can have a lot of stuff going on for it, but like her stuff you feel like Sakura is written late into development. Oh, I feel like she doesn't have any development at all, personally. She is how she is. She snaps because Senpai notices her. I feel like there's all this unnecessary stuff added to her. I even like her NPC counterpart better than her, because at least she doesn't have the NPC doesn't have all of the abuse put on to her character. It's like, it's just like Stay Night Sakura is the series punching bag. And like, she has all this stuff on top of her that makes you want to feel bad for her, but I can't feel bad for her because she's not here. You know, I don't get to see her. I feel bad because Shirou feels some sort of way for her, but I do not have an attachment to her. Oh, no, I meant into game development. Oof. When her NPC is better than her actual self, yikes. Well, yeah, because her NPC self talks exactly like a computer does, and she talks about like numbers and statistics and all that shit. And so it's like, it's kind of the a computer sort of gaining sentience sort of way NPC Sakura does it, which is, I think, is interesting.
Which honestly feels like, because I mean, if you look at how she is in Fate Zero and how she is at the beginning of Fate Stay Night, it's just like, where did this liveliness come from? And I guess they sort of like explain it in the anime, in the Heaven's Field movie, where they do that little prologue.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, it's all because of Shirou that she was able to, like have some light return to our eyes. But it's just
it just still feels so forced. You know what I'm saying? I feel like with her background, I feel like Sakura should be, instead of the Kohai, the super cute Kohai character, I feel like she should be more like Shizuka, you know? Like, she's not like, but not like upbeat like Shizuka, but like more of like the monotone kind of Kohai, rather than this like upbeat and forward Kohai, you know? Shirou is able to raise trauma, I guess? Yes, yes, that's... I feel like she's
just not his own.
Yeah, it's like I just still feel like
there wasn't enough time for Shirou to like get this personality out of her from the time Shirou was injured, because it's like only like a year before high school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that they
basically
they met. So
it's just, I feel like this is why I prefer Unlimited Blade Works out of all three routes, because that one just feels like the most because number one, it feels like Shirou develops in a healthy way.
yeah.
And because Sakura is not involved in it, like, there's none of this baggage that comes along with it.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, sometimes, like, I am saying this as an outsider, as someone who truly hasn't fully delved deep into Heaven's Feel. A lot of it feels like guilt, honestly, that Shirou likes Sakura more than anything. It feels like guilt, like he's guilty that he has to like her or something like that. That's what it feels like to me. Like some of some of his feelings come from guilt.
It's like he does, like, I mean, he shouldn't, but he does consider Shinji a friend.
Yeah.
And this is his little sister, so...
Like an obligation, yeah. It feels like he sees Sakura as an obligation because...
Well, I mean, I think that they...
Yeah.
The scene I remember from the movie is like when they're in bed together and Shirou sees the shadow. And it's like, we could address this before it becomes a problem. We can ignore it. Let's ignore it.
Yeah. If he makes her happy, maybe his will come. No. Sakura is a direct causation of his death. Anyway, sorry to go off on a tangent. This is just stemming from my annoyance that Sakura is clearly supposed to be Natsu's favorite character.
Well, I mean, hey, after Fate Extra CCC, I believe it. Because if that version of Sakura is the one he likes, then...
Well, I feel like BB has definitely become more generally liked by everybody in general. And if that's what he was really trying to go for a character, then I can understand it.
She's just this goofball little kohai.
Yeah.
You love the chaotic little kohai.
You love the chaotic kohai that's somewhat turned into an eldritch beast of some sort and will eat you if it comes down to it. And you're like, what do you mean by eat you? And I mean, like, well, it has two meanings.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Besides, okay, putting all of that aside.
Yeah, putting all that. Let's move off of this.
I can't possibly face Sakura when I'm about to head out to fight her brother. Should the worst happen and I actually kill Shinji, I'll never be able to face her again. Sakura, after learning that Shirou has killed her brother. Oh no!
Oh no!
How terrible!
Whatever will I do? So Senpai, are you free?
I shouldn't leave any loose ends like that.
Meanwhile, Sakura would be like, now if you killed Rin, on the other hand, then maybe we'd have to talk.
It's like, on the one hand, less competition. On the other hand, I actually like Rin.
Yeah.
It's like, if Shirou killed Rin, it's like, honestly, I could see it going either way. It's best for me, and I'm sure it's best for Sakura, too.
No.
Shirou's walking away from the house. I am such a good person.
Meanwhile, Sakura in the house. Bitch didn't even ring the doorbell.
You know that she is looking out the window and saw him.
Yeah.
We check every building we find. Of course, we start with the big ones, but so far, nothing. I wipe the sweat from my brow and force my leaden limbs to keep moving. I try to calm my labored breathing by just taking a moment to rest.
Oh, Shirou, is there something the matter? Shirou, this way.
And hold it, this is the park. There's still buildings we haven't looked.
Please, let that matter wait a moment. This is more important.
Please just be like a stuffed animal. Something must have caught her attention. Please be food. Please be a joke.
Wait, is he running up the stairs? Bro, use an elevator. I think this is just the regular stairs for, like, when buildings are up higher than the road. Like, not those kind of...
I mean, if they're going to a park,
Yeah.
I mean, there would be ramps. Probably not elevators, though.
Yeah.
Saber's tone is stern as she pulls me towards the park.
Oh, I see how you're confused. They're not actually going in the buildings. If that's what that you were thinking that they were doing. No, they're going to, like, the outsides of the buildings, and Saber is scanning magical energy. They're not actually going in the buildings yet.
My magic detecting radar can't be this cute.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Saber, what's going on? Why are we here? There's nothing here. Even you know that.
Please, just sit on this bench. I will hear what you have to say once you have done so.
Yeah? Saber's intense about this, so I reluctantly sit down. And then... For a moment, I almost feel faint. Huh? I hold my head with one hand. My forehead is damp with sweat. And my breathing is labored even though I'm sitting down. Hey, wait a minute. Why would I be sweating like this in the dead of winter? This is weird. I don't know why I'm so exhausted. As soon as I say that, I realize what's going on. I'm not exhausted. My wounds haven't completely healed, so they're tingling. This is unreal. No matter how much I try, I can't get my breathing under control. My body feels heavy, and my legs take my weight.
I see, you finally realize your condition, Shirou.
Saber is mad. I don't blame her. I was the one who suggested searching, and here I am, sitting on a bench. So, not a joke.
Mm-hmm. Shirou, I joke, but he pushes himself so far. So this is why I like Shirou as a protagonist, because a lot of like MCs I feel like have lost the flaws in their pursuit of their goals. The point of an MC is to grow and to change over time, and to face hardships, both physically and emotionally. But why
Yes.
do that when we can get the gratifying end result without even trying, right?
I mean, if there's one thing you can say about Shirou, it's definitely not that he never went through any, like, suffering
Mm-hmm.
in his story, not just as part of his backstory.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll get up soon. Just give me a moment.
That is not what I'm trying to point out. Nothing seems to get through to you.
Huh? I can see that Saber's mad. What I don't understand is why. Hey, Saber, you need to be clearer with me, or else I won't know what you're trying to get at. This is just generally a good thing to do with all men.
If you do not know, there's no point in telling you.
Saber, please don't pull this right now.
Saber, please. Look, I am a stupid man.
Mm-hmm.
I need the handicap.
Please just sit here, Shirou. If you will not rest on your own, then I shall join you.
Saber sits right next to me. Eh?
Oh no, it's a woman!
The bench is not that big. Saber's sitting close enough to me that our shoulders might touch if one of us leans over even a little.
No, sure, no, Saber, if we do that, we'll have to get married. Oh.
Touching shoulders leads to holding hands. Holding hands leads to children. Hey, wait, Saber. We don't have time to rest. We didn't come here to play around.
We are indeed not here to simply loiter. Even in battle, you must rest. If you have grievance, I suggest you air it up after you've caught your breath.
Well, you tell me to catch my breath, but... Sure, I am totally worn out, and I can barely breathe, but having her so close makes my heart go absolutely crazy, and... other places.
Shirou, are you listening to me? You've been pushing yourself the whole time. What you must do now is try to loosen up and calm down. You cannot rest properly if you continue on distracted as you are.
Yeah, but I feel like you're contributing to the... You're not helping me be calm.
Touching soapers, but that's something couples do.
If she wants me to be calm, it would be really helpful if she kept her distance. I don't know how Saber feels, but I can't help but see her as a girl around my own age.
Shirou, the way I've been talking to you, I'm clearly an older woman.
I know, but why do you have the body of a 14-year-old?
Shut up, Shirou.
Yes, Mommy. Well, she may actually be younger, but she's still a girl. And plus, she's beyond beautiful.
She's so pretty!
No guy could stay calm this close to her, and I'm certainly no exception.
Shirou, is it my imagination or are you even paler than before?
All the blood's gone somewhere else. No! I'm not flustered or anything.
It's Bieber, guys! Bieber!
If you say so, but perhaps you should lie down. Is there a place to lie down around here?
Saber looks around. Oh, what the... What are the odds that there just being some random dude lying across a nearby bench using his girlfriend's lap as a pillow in a park that's usually deserted? And... Saber glances at the pair of lovebirds. She's obviously thinking.
Shirou, if you do not feel well, then you should lie...
I'm fine! I just need to sit for a minute and I'll get better. Don't you worry about me. Nope, no worrying about me. Just leave me alone.
Damn it.
Well, I guess I'll try... try again next time.
I turn away from Saber and close my eyes. Anything to keep our eyes from locking.
Haha, Shirou may think that I'm oblivious, but I know exactly what I'm doing.
Think calming thoughts, Shirou. I just have to keep taking deep breaths and try not to think about Saber being right next to me.
Oh yeah, that's a calming thought.
Okay. Okay. Oh God, I've gone too far in that direction. It took a night for the fire to die down.
Well, I mean, I guess he won't be horny more, that's for sure.
The searing, roaring red wall eventually disappeared. Or worst case scenario, he's gonna get a boner every time this happens from now on.
Oh no.
All that remained was a charred field strewn with smoldering blackened lumber. It's gonna be 60 years in the future. The next group of mages is gonna be doing... Shirou comes before them. It's like, you were the winner last time. Do you have... It's like, what did it cost you? Shirou's like, you don't want to know what I have to deal with for winning that war.
Let's calm down. Freaking trauma reappearing. Jeez.
I remember that while I lay there on the ground, the sound of it reminded me of sparklers. The sky was getting cloudy. It should rain soon. That will help put out the fires. I could hardly even breathe as I lay there, staring dazedly at the sky. charred remains hemmed me in on all sides. Burns covered almost my entire body, and there's an especially painful sensation around my chest. My chest is gouged out. I could probably touch my own insides. Oh yeah, I'd forgotten about that. I didn't collapse because I got tired. It's not that my numb body was trying to do me a favor by letting me rest. I collapsed because I was much too hurt to keep moving. At all. That's why I just ended up accepting it, calmly, no panic. I knew I wasn't going to make it. Everyone else was already dead anyway, so I wasn't scared. Staring up at the cloudy sky, I felt myself just sort of fading away. Yet, in the haze of fading consciousness, I decided that as long as I was alive, I'd try calling for help, right till the end. Huh? Wait, something's off. I shouldn't be remembering this pain in my chest. I jerked myself upright and tugged my shirt open to check myself over. Yeah, I figured as much. There's no wound. There's no scar on my chest.
Dun, dun, dun. Is that a plot twist?
How can that be?
What could that mean? What does that mean? What could that possibly mean?
You ever just like hanging out in the park with a girl and suddenly your traumatic amnesia starts to lift? The respiratory distress that burn caused did almost kill me, but I didn't take some massive chest wound. If something like that had happened, even Kiritsugu wouldn't have been able to help me. But more importantly, it's already night? Did I fall asleep, Saber?
He's not the real Shirou. No, he's the real Shirou. There's just some things
Or is he?
There's just some... Well, I mean, he may not be the real Shirou by the end of some of the things, but,
You know, just... Anyone here watch the first season of Star Trek Picard?
So, like... We'll use Kara no Kyokai, for example, because I'm pretty sure that is the person who built it. If the body that they rebuild is exactly the same as the old one, like, is it a clone? Is it, and they put his consciousness in it, is it just technically him still?
I mean, just so we're clear, this does get explained.
Yes, you sleep deeply, so I did not wish to wake you. It seems to have helped, though. You regained some of your color.
That's not very nice. Sure, it might have been my fault for passing out, but you could have woken me up. I told you we don't have time to rest.
But you must rest. And you did so for only about an hour, so it should not be a problem. Yes, because...
For some reason, you're much more agreeable when you're unconscious.
Also, since it is winter, in 1 hour can make a huge difference between nighttime and nighttime without the sunset showing up.
Speaking of, where is your coat? That's just the benefit of hindsight. What would you have done if I hadn't?
Well, I do not believe our situation would have changed much. Actually, I had been about to wake you up since the sun is setting and it is growing cold.
Oh, do you mean if you had died? I probably would have gone to Rin and asked her to be my master.
Mm-hmm.
I do admit, I feel a lot better. I get up from the bench and start walking through the field. There's no trace of what this field once looked like. No trace of when it used to be a residential district, nor any trace of when it was cast in that hellish light. But for some reason, I'm irritated that I dreamed that scene just because I slept here.
Now we must snuggle to keep warm. Shirou, is something wrong?
No, I was just thinking that if I was going to rest, it should have been somewhere else. Too many bad memories here. Did you say something about snuggling?
No. Anyway, bad memories. Do you have some link to this place?
Eh? Oh, right. I never told you. I used to live around here a long time ago. 10 years ago, actually. There was a giant fire. It burned down my house with my parents inside. That's when my old man saved me. Later, he adopted me.
What? So that means you... Trauma, flashback, flashing before my eyes. I have so much trauma from this event.
Suddenly, it's like we can't see it, but we know that Saber's having her own traumatic flashback, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not excused by a lot. And I guess I'm not without ties to...
You are cutting out a lot right now.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I heard that this place was the final battleground during the last war. It's kind of ironic to think...
There it goes again.
Do you want me to restart my computer?
Yes.
Okay.
Do-do-do-do-do. Commercial break. Yes, we shall wait. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Guys, I think it's really bad since it didn't register him leaving Discord. Well, the weather's cold. It's like 29 degrees outside. I don't know what that is in Celsius. If you guys don't use the Fahrenheit. If you don't use freedom units, I don't know what that is in Celsius. It is cold.
Now, I have to know perspective. Because it's literally the only internet provider in my area. And it doesn't even fucking work.
Oh no.
I feel like I should be able to sue someone for that.
Lucky, I wish Florida had that for a day. I'm trying to move to Florida, Resty. Because I'm tired of the cold. I'm tired of being cold all the time. Also, I'm just tired of being up here. My parents are planning to retire to Florida as per usual, so I'm just thinking of just going with them. You know, usual.
You need to come to Greenville. It's nowhere near as, humid, and their downtown is nicer.
Well, I think it's also because I hate the summers here too, because it's like, we have the wet heat, not dry heat, so.
I mean, you're definitely not going to get the dry heat in Florida. I heard that this place...
Florida's not doing so hot. And I'm like, yeah, but that's where my parents are planning to retire, because that's where one of my mom's friends lives. Oh, sweet, Florida is definitely much warmer. 86 degrees Fahrenheit Christmas, yay. I just need to get out of Massachusetts, guys. People are so pretentious here. I mean, I know technically that's people everywhere, but I'm tired of the people here in general. I need to just get away from everything. I feel trapped by a lot of stuff. That probably sounds weird, but that's just how I'm feeling these days. Even though I don't really... Well, it also doesn't help that there's nowhere to even go here. Well, I can test that Florida has the best variety food, no contest. There's nowhere to go. We don't have anywhere to be. All the malls are dead. If there is a mall, it's actually just a church. It's just so depressing here all the time.
museums. I mean, I guess we have a bit of museums, but like it's nothing I haven't been to before. Battleground for last one kind of turned it into that.
I walk through the field. It's been 10 years, but it still seems like the ground hasn't recovered enough for even grass to grow. Maybe all the resentment of the people who died here seeped into the land itself. Just like Cherry's home.
Mm-hmm.
Shirou, is that why you're so adamant about not allowing innocents to be harmed? As a victim of the Holy Grail War yourself, you are hoping to avoid creating any other such victims.
Well... Now that she mentions it, I guess I can see people coming to that conclusion.
Because that is the conclusion, Shirou.
Surprisingly, I've never thought about it like that. I just want to insert that meme of, like, all the people, like, face-palming in the audience. I'm not sure. You have a good point, but I think it's something simpler than that. 10 years ago, I was so happy when Krititsuku saved me. I didn't feel anything else at the time, and I think I just aspired to be like him one day, too.
Yeah, that's what you were feeling. Yeah, I'm sure it totally wasn't all the adrenaline going through your veins. And then it just disappearing like a snap because, oh shit, I'm safe now, goodbye. I don't know, I just like New England. If you like New England, you like northern New England. You don't like southern New England. Trust me when I say that. Although northern New England has its also own set of problems, but at least they have more, I don't know what the word is, freedoms? I mean, New Hampshire is literally live free or die. This is their motto. So
it's just like, well, it doesn't matter. It's like, no matter where you live, you're going to have these, like, pockets where it's just like, there's just nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, once you find those pockets, it's like, suddenly, it doesn't matter whether you're in the Northeast, the Southeast, the West Coast, or the Midlands. Mm-hmm. Everything looks the fucking same.
Mm-hmm. If you like Florida, honestly, it's either Orlando for the amusement parks or Miami. I don't mind. I don't mind not being super close to either of those. I'm fine with just living in a quaint little suburb somewhere where I can do my stuff. And honestly, the reason that I'm choosing Florida more than anything is just that there's more options for graphic design jobs down there than there is up here. Like, there's just not a lot of options here. A lot of people operate out of Florida for stuff like that. So, you know. It's mostly a career thing, too.
Yeah, I was just happy. Words can't even begin to describe what I felt when I called out for help and actually got it. But at the same time, the happier I was, the more guilty I felt. I didn't feel right, though, knowing that my wish was the only one to be granted. My old man saved me, but no one else was saved, and they couldn't do anything about it. Everyone wished for salvation, but only my wish was granted. That's the survivor's guilt.
Survivor's guilt!
About as textbook as you can get.
Shirou, you are literally describing survivor's guilt.
Only I was saved.
Resty, I know you're trying to talk me out of this, but it's not really my decision. It's where my parents are planning to go live, and I'm planning to go halfsies on it with the house. So, you know. It's not really my choice at the end of the day. I just want to go more south. Anything, huh? I'm supporting it. emotes. I'm not sure what they mean. But yeah, it has to do with the stuff. I kind of also feel like if I want to continue as a streamer, or if I ever do, I kind of feel like being a streamer in Florida would probably be easier than being a one up here. That might sound weird, but I mean in terms of like, I'm just very expression, okay? I'm sorry, Rusty. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know if that's... You have to forgive me. You guys are all monotone in my head. Your words on a page, I don't know anything of what you're saying. You can ask Azure. I'm very bad at reading the room. I'm also very bad at staying in one place or saying goodbye. I sometimes just take off and then people never see me again.
This is true. When we went to the convention in Boston, like, I had to chase you down to say goodbye.
Yeah. Now you're good. Serious chair. Bad at reading the room too. Yeah, I just, and I'm like, oh, I gotta go, and I just leave, and I don't say anything. I just go. But that's because I've tried. It mostly stems from my I gotta be punctual thing. If my parents are calling me, I gotta go sort of thing. I can't not do what they want me to. Is this an older? Is this the eldest child trauma? Is that what this is?
I don't think so, because I don't have that. I think this is a Pereira trauma.
Oh. Okay.
In exchange, everyone else died.
Whoa, way to bring down a room, Shirou.
And that's why I have to take responsibility. But I can't take back something that's already happened. If I want to do something for the people who died, I should just focus on preventing what's to come.
Shirou, you are describing survivor's guilt.
I will not allow another catastrophe like the one 10 years ago. If something like that ever happened again, I'd never be able to face the people who got sacrificed that time. At least that's how I see it. More importantly, we need to get back to looking for Shinji.
Whoop.
I feel better now, and we need to hurry up and check the buildings we haven't gotten to yet.
Shirou talking about trauma made everyone self-reflect. Stares in the distance. Oh yeah, that may be trauma. Well, I probably talked about... I definitely talked in the past about how I relate to Shirou in a way that I don't technically have survivor's guilt. But I do have, like, the feeling of, you know, you feel like you don't deserve to be here because someone else isn't here. Because of, like, losing them, sort of thing. So I completely, that's why I kind of, like, feel for Shirou as a protagonist, sort of thing.
Besides, there should be fewer people around at night. If Shinji wants to attack us, this will be the time. So if our plan is to be bait to lure him out, it's time to get to it. I don't think that was the plan. You didn't have a plan! Let's go, Saber. Let's get back to the office district.
Sure, it's the middle of the night.
I want to go to bed. Saber, what's wrong? Did you forget something?
Yes. My dignity. Anyway. No, I was just recalling what happened this morning. Just this morning, no other time.
Yes, not 10 years ago.
Yeah. I suggested that you focus on healing your wounds before going out looking for Rider's master. But you told me your priorities were mixed up.
Huh?
You mentioned the same thing yesterday. I believed this for some time, but now I am certain. You do not value your own life.
You know that they're missing the comma. They're missing a quotation mark there. Never mind. I wouldn't have to second guess myself if they did it right. It's like she just stares at me and lays it out like it's a sin or something.
Farts, I feel better now. What timing? I agree with you, Cherry. Feeling like something simple, like I feel bad I got the opportunity. My friends are struggling in their life / mental health. Yeah, it's well, my issue. I don't like bringing it up because it's a big downer. My issue stems from an actual event that happened in my life that is a lot worse than just like friends simply struggling. It's not that the friends didn't struggle. How do I phrase this? I guess I should just rip them the brand. My best friend in high school committed suicide. There we go. Rip the band-aid off. I don't like to bring it up because I don't want to bring down the room. I've gotten a lot better. It took a long time. But I'm Azure knew me a lot back in the day where I was a lot worse mentally than I am now. I would shut down a lot of time during the thing, but now I don't think about it as much anymore, and like, yeah, it's a scar that I live with, but you know, it's just how things are, sort of thing. And I feel like vtubing has helped a lot, also in my mental health, which is a weird thing to say. I do not ever suggest using it to help with any like mental health and stuff like that, but it is like helps with me like kind of like focus on something I feel like other than work and like I guess the dating app stuff, which I've uninstalled it once again, but it's given me something to work on, and I feel a lot like happier, you know. Is that weird? I feel like that's weird. Sorry. Moving on.
No.
Let's get back to the mission.
It's very normal.
Yeah.
You put others ahead of yourself. Admirable though it may be, you will one day regret doing so. You should value yourself more, Shirou.
Saber cuts past me.
Let us go. Being here is clearly not good for you.
Saber heads toward the office district. I try to call out to her, but I can't stop her. What are you saying? That's what I want to ask her, but the words just won't come. There's no way I'm not trying to help myself. That can't be true. But I somehow can't think of a single way to argue with her.
That's not true. She's a woman. What her saying can't be real. She's just thinking with her emotions. I'm definitely not thinking with my emotions because I'm a man. Man's man. Logical thinking.
We make our way through the town after dark. It's a little past 8.
You know, now that I'm seeing the images for these places in the visual novel, the anime actually matched a lot of this stuff, like, appearance-wise, now that I'm looking at it.
Station is at its most crowded hour, and Saber and I stare at the map of the town.
We have checked most of the main buildings around this area. Is there anywhere else we can go?
Let's see. There's a factory a little further out from here. We should probably go check it out since people gather there. Not that factories are exactly Shinji's style. We do make conversation now, but it's still hard for me to look Saber in the eye. I think our conversation from earlier is still stuck in my head. Saber's acting like it didn't happen, which bothers me even more.
Because I know that talking to you won't change anything, so I'm just going to let you stew on it.
At least I can't look at her in the eye because of my trauma. Instead of because I'm horny. What about you, Saber? Can you sense Ryder's presence?
No, I cannot. I fought her once, so I should be able to sense her. Whoop whoop.
An odd feeling prickles my skin. Even I can feel the wave of magical energy that washes over us.
Oh my god! Are they gonna be on the top of the tallest building? And it's gonna be like an epic showdown? Clearly not. That's totally not what we're setting up.
There's no way that Saber can't.
Shirou, I do not believe I need to tell you, but...
I know. Are they close, Saber?
No, they're not close enough, but we are most definitely being watched. This wave of magical energy is likely an attempt to focus.
If we're being watched, that means they've fallen into our trap. If only we had said it beforehand. Releasing so much magical energy is an obvious attempt to lure us out. Wait, is this might be Yartoria. So, is this Ryder? My mind changes gears. The awkwardness between Saber and me earlier disappears.
I will track down the source of the magical energy. Please be careful, Master.
I nod. The wave of bloodlust I feel stinging at my skin is coming from the direction of the office district, as it slowly empties of people. Today of all days, maybe there'll be nobody working overtime.
Shirou!
This is Japan!
Japan.
Most of the lights in the windows of the building, seen as the heart of Shinto, are dark. There aren't many people on the sidewalks, and we have a pretty clear view of the building. I don't see anyone suspicious. If Shinji's anywhere, he'll be up ahead. Maybe in the park we just left. I feel the bloodlust growing more intense. The enemy's nearby. Or more like...
Overtime is Japanese culture. If you didn't do that, you'd start drama. I hope they get things sorted out soon. I hope, like, their workers get treated a little... I mean, it's hard to compare between America and Japanese thing, because there are some things that Japanese people do better than America, clearly, for a lot of things. But,
yes.
But at least for their, like, the office worker thing, I hope at least they'll, like, fix it so much that they don't have to work so much, or at least they're not working themselves to death as much as they are.
It's like, Japan, fantastic place to visit, wouldn't want to live there.
Mm-hmm.
A chill runs up my spine.
Well, I wouldn't want to live there and be an office worker anyway. Or a teacher. Or...
Maybe a police officer?
Maybe a police officer. Although I feel like their police officers are probably a little better, because they're more like civil servants, the police officers.
Yeah, really. It's just,
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, when I said police officer, I meant that as, like, that would probably be a less stressful job than being a teacher.
Yeah, it would probably be less stressful. It's simple. You mostly just tell kids, make sure that they're not playing hooky, and get a cat out of the tree. Stuff like that. At least that's what I've seen them do in anime, I think.
Probably ran around on a bicycle.
Mm-hmm.
If even I can feel this aura of bloodlust, then we're probably already in enemy territory. Saber, be careful. Something's not right.
You are correct. I do not believe they would attack us with so many others present, but it is difficult to be certain with this foe, so it's best to be cautious.
Shinji is that stupid. We both nod in silent agreement and make our way toward the park. It's probably best to ignore the oppressive sense of a knife being pressed to my throat. Shinji and Ryder are nowhere around the office district.
Absolutely not. Also in Japan, if you quit, you gotta write them an apology letter if you don't talk bad about you and your potential future jobs.
This is funny because when I came back to work after the holidays, my boss actually dropped on us that she's going to be working for another company in the coming weeks. And it's just like it's nice that we have that freedom to do that. I mean, like you said, there's some things that Japan does better than us, but
yeah,
there are also things that we do better than them, and definitely, like, the job hunting market is one of them. If they're going to attack, it's probably going to be somewhere in the park where there won't be anyone else around.
Neko, no, don't be toasted. Also, yeah. There, Neko. High school is a rough time. In general.
High school fucking sucks.
High school's terrible. And according to that one song, it never ends. Staring to the point. Nah, man, it's so better being out of high school.
Oh, man, I haven't fucking heard that song in so long, but I loved it because it felt like it encapsulated Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. It's like there were so many AMVs with using that song.
There were. Shirou!
Saber?
That metaphorical knife into your throat was actually a realistic one.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was too stupid to realize. I didn't realize it was a literal knife. I turn towards Saber. She rushes toward me like a bolt of lightning and blocks a blow aimed straight at my head.
It was a literal knife, guys! It wasn't a metaphorical knife, it was a literal one. They don't know the difference between a simile and a metaphor.
I look up. Jesus? A massive building towers overhead. Clinging to the side of that building like some kind of spider is Ryder.
Spider Rider does whatever a Spider Rider does. Can she swing from a web? I don't think so, because I don't think she has
Probably because
webs.
she's got a chain weapon, so probably.
Probably, yeah. Look out, here comes Spider Rider.
I mean, technically she's more of a snake. Happy Year of the Snake, everyone.
Here the snake. Don't step on me. Just a little snake. Don't step on me.
What? Her hair is long enough to cover her entire body. Her limbs supple and white.
Sure, now is not the time to be entranced by her. You'll get another route to do that.
Supple white limbs is definitely Ryder. The masked woman is indeed our enemy. Ryder!
Shirou, you'll get to bone her in another route. Stop.
And honestly, it won't even be like your fault. She licks her lips as she stares down at me. The hairs on the back of my neck stand on end. There's no mistaking it. She came spiraling down from the top of the building, aiming to take my head in a sneak attack from our blind spot.
No.
Saber lands on the ground.
Really? We're doing this here right now where people can see?
I mean, they started it.
I guess so.
In the time it took for her to rush in to block Saber's attack, Saber summoned her armor.
Oh no, she ruined another pair of clothes. God darn it.
Saber, she's...
I will go after her. Please stay here, Shirou.
Go after her, how?
Dick!
Saber kicks off from the ground. She disappears into the sky with a glint of silvery armor. What? Ryder clings to the side of the building like that is absurd enough. Ryder clinging to the side of the building like that is absurd enough, but Saber leaping skyward in pursuit of her is just outright ridiculous. No, they're servants. Normal logic doesn't apply here.
I can't wait until you see further things in the story, Shirou. Logic just gets thrown out of the window.
Like Ryder, Saber moves along the side of the building, striking at her with dizzying speed. The two shadows clash and cross against each other. The sight of the two of them fighting overhead, darting along the building as they climb into the air, is like watching two fighter jets.
Asher, did you die?
I did for a little bit.
Okay.
Where did I cut out? Where did I cut out?
Fighter jet.
All the while,
Eeny, meeny, miny. We're gonna use this as a segue to stop here for the night.
Perfect stopping point.
Woo! Thank you for joining us tonight. We are quitting at the most. Oh, question. What is it? Answer. How would he possibly follow her? He goes in the building and he uses the elevator to get up.
Probably. Okay, see, now we can use the elevator.
Now we'll use the elevator. That's what I mean by, can I draw fan art of you two? What do you mean by fan art? Do you mean just pictures of us? That's fine, as long as it's not shipping. What's one thing I request? Do not do shipping art of my friends.
Yeah, please do not do that.
Do that, don't do that. That's the only thing I request of people. Because that would be weird. No, not shipping. Okay, that's fine.
Yes.
That's fine. Anything else but that. Separate. Yeah, that's fine. I mostly shut that down right away, mostly because I feel like I definitely can't control it when I get bigger. But like, if I at least shut it down, like now, I'm not responsible for any weird shenanigans people get up to in the future, you know?
It's gonna, I mean, if you get big, it's gonna happen.
Yes, if I get big, it's gonna happen. But, like, I hope, my goal is to make it so at least the people who are really fans of me won't be weird, you know? Absolutely, I just want to thank you somehow. The two, somehow I can. That's okay. You don't, it's like, you don't just you guys being here is like the best support that we can have. I love chatting with you guys, and I love like you guys talking about the interesting things that I like to talk about. Like I never thought that I'd get this far as a VTuber in general, because I thought that like, because I refuse to play things that are like popular or trending or stuff like that. That's not my style. As a lot of people like to call me, Cherry the hipster. And I'm like, I refuse to do things that I'm just not interested in, you know? I mean, it's not to say that I won't play something that's popular at some time. Like, I played Infinity Nikki, but that's only because I played the previous Nikki series and I was into it before it got big and before guys started playing it.
Hey, maybe sometime in the future we'll get my sister-in-law on here, and
yes.
You two can compare fashion set styles.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, thank you guys so much for joining. I hope to see you all next time, which will probably be tomorrow. We're definitely gonna do a stream tomorrow, but I don't know what it is. It was technically supposed to be my job to pick a board game, but I didn't know what to choose.
I mean, I'm not sure if...
I don't think I'm not sure if anybody's even
Pedro.
available tomorrow.
Yeah.
But it'll definitely probably be me, Azure, and Orgo at least. So.
I mean, you gave me Force Unleashed for Christmas. I could play that.
Yeah. Monopoly? Well, I definitely wanted, like, this is why I said board game.
We only stream for 2 hours.
Yeah. But this is why I said board game. I specifically do want to play a board game and not a card game. Because we've been playing mostly card games the past couple of times. And I'm like, I want to play a board game if I'm going to pick something. I feel, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure it literally has been a card game every time since we've started doing this.
Yeah, so I want to pick maybe like Clue or something. Which I just
Never won a Clue game.
Yeah.
Probably not going to start now.
I feel like Clue is a pretty equal game. It'll be better than the trivia thing. That's for sure.
We need something that we all just equally do not know, like
Yeah, Clue's perfect for that.
ancient Prussian history.
Ancient Prussian history. All right, good night, everybody. See you next time. Bye-bye.
See you, everybody.